We hope you've been as enthralled with stories of the Underground Railroad as we have been. Danielle and I have been thrilled to talk with Sherry Camp from the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library. You have done such research on genealogy, and this is so important for everyone to know. And especially Danielle has been learning so much. And so we want to deviate just a minute from the Underground Railroad and talk about the Exodusters.
Okay, so the Exodusters is a specific group of people who came to Kansas. First of all, you have to know that in 1878, there was a black convention in Nashville where they wanted to get together and find out what to do about their situation. You know, there were a lot of atrocities, lynchings and things like that in the South, Jim Crow and all of the things that African Americans went through. And they were like, we need to figure out what we're going to do about this. So during this conference, they decided, that first of all, the proceedings are online. It's like a lot of information, which is really great to read. Wow. But they decided at the end of that conference that they had to leave the South. And so prior to, this is 1878, so prior to 1878, Pap Singleton had created colonies. He had been coming to Kansas to find out where he could locate a colony. So there were a couple of colonies, which Danielle knows a little bit about, that he created, but the Exodusters came on the heels of that because number one, Kansas had decided to be number one, a free state, number two, kind to African Americans, and number three, a place that African Americans could remove to. So the Exodus being a Bible term, to get out of the South and out of slavery, people came. They just came in droves in 1878 and 1880. So that particular movement we call the Exodus. But prior to that, Pap Singleton, which you know founded specifically the Dunlap colony, and there were several others actually around, and there actually were other African American towns in the area of Alma, Kansas, Wabunsee County, and so forth.
How did this research impact you?
Well, my family was part of the settlement in Dunlap, Kansas. Wow. And so I didn't know we were part of the Exodusters. I just knew that we settled Dunlap. And then one of the people who did a lot of research about Dunlap said, oh, your family was a part of that. And I'm like, oh, I'll be dang. So I had no idea, but yes, we were a part of that group. And, you know, my great granny was born in Dunlap. So, I mean, it was just kind of surreal. I'm like, oh my God. And so we have a family cemetery there, and there's a huge monument there, a tribute to my family that's still in Dunlap. And it's just wonderful knowing that that is our piece of land.
Right. But you helped her
find
this all out.
Yes. It was quite the experience learning about all of the different pieces of her family tree. There's lots of stories.
And all those research articles are available at Topeka, Shawnee County?
Right. Okay, so we have lots of things available, and it starts with our obituary index. So we have the the Topeka newspapers from its beginning, 1869, something like that, up to today, and we are literally having obituaries indexed out so that you can put in a name and find your family member. So newspapers is really a great way to find your family. You never know, you never know what you'll find in the newspaper. Back then, they put everything in the newspaper. So one of the articles that I had was, I was looking for my great-grandmother. I thought maybe she died before 1910 because I couldn't find her after a certain point. And lo and behold, it was in the newspaper that she divorced her ex-husband because she said he was mean to her. Oh. That's not all she said, but I'm gonna leave it at that. But the point of it is we have newspapers, we have articles, we have files that we've had compiled information on various members. We have family histories, and I collect family histories because you never know where you might find your family. We have all kinds of resources, reference books that have the history of compiled genealogy. Some things that you cannot find online in the Topeka room at the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library. So you never know what you'll find. You just have to start looking.